So now the platyhelminthes, the phylum platyhelminthes. Now they have dorsoventral flattened body, hence they are the flatworms, right? Roundworms, these are the aschelminthes, mostly endoparasites found in animals including human beings, right? Platforms are bilateral, symmetrical, triploblastic, acyllomate animals with organ level of organizations. Hooks and suckers are present in the parasitic forms. Some of them absorb nutrients from the host directly through their body surface. Specialized cells called flame cells help in the osmoregulation and excretion. Sexes are not separate. Fertilization is internal. Development is through many larval stages. So development is indirect. And some members like planaria possess high regeneration capacity. So examples is tinea, that is tapeworm, fasciola, that is liver flush. This one is a liver flush, and this one is a tapeworm, right? Now the next phylum is aschelminthes. So these are the body of aschelminthes is circular in cross section. So this is why it is roundworms. They are free living, aquatic, terrestrial, parasitic in plants and animals. Roundworms have organ system level of body organization. They are bilateral, symmetrical, triploblastic, pseudocoelomate animals. Alimentary canal is complete with a well developed muscular pharynx. Very important. Alimentary canal is complete with a well developed muscular pharynx. An excretory tube removes body waste from the body cavity through the excretory pores. So excretory tubes are present. Alimentary canal is well developed with muscular pharynx, right? And sexes are separate, that is dioecious. Males and females are distinct. Often females are longer than males. You can see in the diagram, these are the female, this one is the male. And fertilization is internal. Development may be direct. The young ones resemble the adult, or indirect. It can direct or indirect, right? Now examples are Ascaris, that is roundworms, Wucheria, filarial worm, Encyclostomata, hookworm. All these are the roundworms. No, all these are no Ascaris. These are the roundworms, Wucheria, filarial worms, and Encyclostomata, that is hookworms. So not all aschelminthes are the roundworms, right? Some can be filarial worm and hookworm as well, Encyclostomata. Now another phylum is the Annelida. So Annelida may be aquatic, marine, freshwater, or terrestrial, free living, sometimes parasitic. They exhibit organ system level of organism, bilateral symmetry. They are triploblastic, so these are metamerically segmented and coelomate animals. Their body surface is distinctly marked out into segments or metamers, hence the phylum name Annelida, right? Phylum name Annelida, because they mask the segments or metamers, right? They possess longitudinal and circular muscles which help in locomotion. So they possess longitudinal and circular muscles, which help in locomotion, right? Aquatic annelids like Nereis possess lateral appendages, that is parapodia, which help in swimming. And a closed circulatory system is present. Nephridia is for the excretion and osmoregulation. So you see, Nereis possess parapodia, and then closed circulatory system is present, and nephridia for excretion. Now neural system consists of a pair ganglia connected by a lateral nerves to a double ventral nerve cord, right? Dorsal nerve cord in chordates, but invertebrates double ventral nerve cord. Nereis, an aquatic form, is dioecious, but earthworms and leeches are monoecious. Nereis, an aquatic life form, it is dioecious. Nereis possesses parapodia as well for swimming. Okay, reproduction is sexual. So Nereis, Ferritima, that is earthworm, and Hirudinaria, blood sucking leech. So figures are, this one is Nereis and this one is Hirudinaria. Hirudinaria, that is blood sucking leech, and Ferritima, earthworm, and Nereis. And first one is the Nereis. Okay, earthworm is not given in diagram. Okay, the phylum Arthropoda. This is the largest phylum of Animalia, which include insects. Over two-thirds of all named species on Earth are arthropods. They often organ system, little organs, bilateral, symmetrical, triploblastic, segmented. These are also segmented and coelomate animals. The body of arthropod is covered by chitinous exoskeleton, right? They consist of head, thorax, and abdomen, right? They have jointed appendages. And respiratory organs are gills, lungs, book gills, lungs, and book lungs, and tracheal system is present. Circulatory system is of open type. Sensory organs like antenna, eyes, compound, simple, statocyst, or balancing organs are present. Excretion takes place through Malpighian tubules, and they are mostly dioecious. Arthropods are mostly dioecious. Fertilization is usually internal. They are mostly oviparous, right? They use the eggs. They are mostly oviparous and development may be direct or indirect. Now example, economically important insects: apis, honeybees, bombyx, silkworm and lacciper like insects. Vectors: anopheles, culex, aedes, mosquitoes. Anopheles, culex and aedes, all these are mosquitoes, right? And gregarious pests: locusta, locust and living fossil, living crab, that is limulus, king crab. So first example of the locust, then butterfly. This one is a scorpion and this one is prawn. Okay, now phylum mollusk. This is the second largest animal phylum. Mollusks are terrestrial or aquatic. So mollusk, this is the second largest animal phylum. Mollusks are terrestrial, aquatic, marine, fresh water, having an organ system level of organization. They are bilateral, symmetrical, triple plastic, coelomate animals. Body is covered by calcareous shell, okay, and is unsegmented with a distinct head, muscular foot and visceral hump. But body is covered by calcareous shell and is unsegmented. The body is unsegmented with a distinct head, muscular foot and visceral hump. A soft spongy layer of skin forms a mantle over a visceral hump. So over a visceral hump there is a soft skin. The spongy layer of skin forms a mantle over. Now the space between the visceral hump and the mantle is called the mantle cavity, in which the feather-like gills are present. They have respiratory and excretory functions. They do both the functions. The anterior head region has sensory tentacles to sense, and the mouth contains the file-like respiratory organ for feeding called radula. Now this one is pila, that is, and second one is the octopus. And examples, they are the usually dioecious. Mostly arthropods are also dioecious, oviparous with indirect development. Okay, mollusks are oviparous and indirect development, same as arthropod. They can be direct, indirect, but oviparous as well. So examples: pila, that is apple snail. This one is the pila, that is apple snail. Pinactata, pearl oyster, sepia, cuttlefish, loligo, squid, octopus, devilfish, aplysia, sea head, antelum, tusk shell, and Chytopleura, that is chiton. Now the next phylum is phylum Echinodermata. These animals have an endoskeleton of calcareous ossicles. They have the endoskeleton of calcareous ossicles and calcareous shell present in molluscus, and body is not segmented, it is unsegmented. Now spiny bodied, endoskeleton of calcareous ossicles, these are the echinoderms, and the name Echinodermata, that is spiny bodied, right? Spiny bodied. All are marine with organ system level organization. The adult echinoderms are radially symmetrical, but larvae are bilateral symmetry, its opposite, right? They are triploblastic coelomate animals. Digestive system is complete with mouth on the lower ventral side and anus on the upper, that is dorsal side. Lower ventral and upper dorsal, right? Now next is the most distinctive feature of echinoderm. They have the water vascular system, which possesses in locomotion, capture and transport of food and respiration. So locomotion, capture and transport of food and respiration. Capture and transport of food and respiration. So three things they do: locomotion, capture and transport of food and respiration. And excretory system is absent. Excretory system, sexes are separate. Reproduction is sexual. Fertilization is usually external. Development is indirect with pre-living larva. Now Asteraceae, first figure is the starfish, then second is the Ophiura, that is brittle start, and then Echinus, sea urchin, Antedon, sea lily, Cucumberaceae, sea cucumber. So all these things. Now the next phylum is phylum Hemichordata. Hemichordata was earlier considered as a subphylum under the phylum Chordata, but now it is placed as a separate phylum under non-Chordata. Hemichordates have a rudimentary structure. They have the rudimentary structure. All these are proboscis, collar and trunk. First part is proboscis, collar and trunk, but in the collar region it has the rudimentary structure called a stomochordate, a structure similar to the notochord. Okay, this phylum consists of a small group of worm-like marine animals with organ system level of organization. They are bilateral, symmetrical, triple plastic and coelomate animals. The body is cylindrical and composed of an anterior proboscis, a collar and a long trunk. The circulatory system is of open type. Respiration takes place through the gills. They do have the gills, right? Not proboscis involved in the any kind of respiration, but gills involved in respiration. And the excretory organ is proboscis gland. What is the anterior portion of this? This is a and that's the excretory organ, that is the proboscis gland. Sexes are separate. Fertilization is external, same as that of like echinodermata, and then development is indirect. So balanoglossus and saccoglossus. Now the next phylum is the chordata. So in the chordata, like animals belonging to phylum chordata are fundamentally characterized by the presence of a notochord. Now all chordates, they have the notochord, a dorsal hollow nerve cord. Dorsal hollow nerve cord. We study like there is like Nereis possess the Nereis possess the lateral nerves connected to the double ventral nerve cord. So we study in here, like where is that, like in the okay, in here you see in here, like neural system consists of pair ganglia connected by neural nerves to a double ventral nerve cord. In here, that's it. Okay. Okay, so presence of a notochord and a dorsal hollow nerve cord and pair pharyngeal gill slits. Okay, pair pharyngeal gill slits. So these are the common fundamental features of chordates. Now these are bilateral symmetric triploblastic coelomate with organ system level of organization. They possess a post anal tail and a closed circulatory system. They possess a post anal tail and a closed circulatory system, right? Now come to this figure. There it is a nerve cord, and below that it is a notochord. Then gill slits and post anal tail is present. So on the upside it is nerve cord, on below that it is notochord, and then gill slits and then post anal part. Now comparison of chordates and non-chordates. Notochord present, notochord absent. Central nervous system is dorsal hollow neural, dorsal hollow single, and here central nervous system is ventral solid and double. That is nerve cord we are talking about. Now pharynx perforated by gill slits. Gill slits are absent. Pharynx perforated, pharyngeal gill slits are present. Heart is ventral, heart is dorsally present. The post anal tail is present, post anal tail is absent. The phylum chordata is divided into three subphylum, that is Urochordata, Tunicata, Cephalochordata, Vertebrata. And subphylum Urochordata and Cephalochordata often reported as these are the protochordates and are exclusively marine. In Urochordate, notochord is present only in larval stage, while in Cephalochordate it extends from head to tail region and is present throughout their life. Urochordata, Ascidia, Salpa, and Doliolum. Cephalochordata, Branchiostomata, Amphioxus, or Lanceolate. The members of subphylum Vertebrata possess notochord during the embryonic period. The members of subphylum Vertebrata possess notochord, as I already said you, notochord during the embryonic period, because the notochord is replaced by a cartilaginous or bony vertebral column. It is cartilaginous or bony vertebral column in the adult. Thus all vertebrates are chordates, but all chordates are not vertebrates. Besides the basic chordate characters, vertebrates have a ventral muscular heart with 2, 3, or 4 chambers, 2 in fishes, 3 amphibians, reptiles, and 4 in the birds and mammals. Kidneys for excretion. All they have the kidneys from the fishes. They do have the kidneys for excretion and osmoregulation, and paired paired appendages, which may be fins or limbs. In Pisces it is fins, and in tetrapods, that is superclasses, they have the limbs. Okay, now the classification of vertebrates. The subphylum Vertebrata is further divided as follows. Vertebrata, it has the two divisions. There is agnatha and genitostomata. Agnatha, which lacks the jaws, and genitostomata, which bears the jaw. Then agnatha in the class, it has the class that is cyclostomata. Genitostomata bears jaw. They have the superclass, that is Pisces and tetrapoda. In Pisces they bear the fins. Tetrapoda bears the limbs. Okay, now Pisces, this is the superclass, they bears the fins, has the class that is chondroichitis and osteochitis. In tetrapoda bears the limbs, that is class having the class that is amphibia, reptiles, aves, and mammals. Now class cyclostomata. All living members of the class cyclostomata are ectoparasites on some fishes. They have an elongated body bearing 6 to 50 pairs of gill slits for respiration. They have an elongated body bearing 6 to 50 pairs of gill slits for respiration. Cyclostomata have a sucking and circular mouth without jaws. Right, their body is devoid of scales and paired fins. So there are no paired fins, right? Their body is devoid of scales and paired fins. Cranium and vertebral column are cartilaginous. Circulation is of closed type. Cyclostomata are marine but migrate for spawning to freshwater. After spawning within a few days they die, and their larvae after metamorphosis come to the ocean. It is a metamorphosis. In Coelenterata, there is a metagenesis, right? Metagenesis, that is formation from polyp to medusa, and medusa to polyp, polyp to medusa asexually, and sexually medusa to polyp, that is sexually. So example is obelia, right? So examples are petromyzon, that is lamprey, myxine, that is hagfish. So this is the class cyclostomata. You can see in the figure, it is a jawless vertebrate, that is petromyzon, that is lamprey, and myxine, that is hagfish. And then class chondrichthyes. They are marine animals with streamlined body, have cartilaginous endoskeleton. Mouth is located ventrally, right? Notochord is present throughout life. Notochord is present throughout life. Gill slits are present and without operculum, right? The skin is tough, containing minute placoid scales are present in chondrichthyes. Teeth are modified placoid scale which are backwardly directed. Their jaws are very full. These are predaceous. Due to the absence of air bladder, they have to swim constantly to avoid the sinking. So first one is the scolidion, that is dogfish. Prestige, that is sawfish. So these are the cartilaginous species. The heart is two chamber, one auricle, one ventricle. Some of them have electric organs. Torpedo, poison sting, that is trigon, and cold-blooded, that is poiculotherms animals. They lack capacity to regulate their body temperature. So their body temperature keeps on changing according with their environment. Sexes are separate. In males, pelvic fins bear claspers. In males, pelvic fins bear claspers. They have internal fertilizations, and many of them are viviparous. Examples of chondrichthyes is Colidion, that is dogfish, Pistis, sawfish, Carcharodon, great white shark, and Trigon, that is stingray. That is stingray. Now class Osteochithides. It includes both marine and freshwater fishes with bony endoskeleton, right? With bony endoskeleton. Now their body is streamlined. Mouth is mostly terminal, and in chondrichthyes it is mostly ventricle. The mouth is located ventrally in chondrichthyes, and it is mostly terminal in osteochithides. You can see in the figure, that is catla and hippocampus. These are the marine, these are the, I think, hippocampus and catla. So these are the osteochithides, right? They have 4 pairs of gills and 6 to 50 pairs present in the cyclostomata, right? 6 to 50 pairs are gills present in the cyclostomata. But osteochithides, it is 4 pairs of gills which are covered by an operculum. They have the air bladder, and the placoid scale present in the chondrichthyes, and cycloid tenoid scales present in the osteochithides. And heart is 2 chambered, right? And then cold blooded, they sexes separate. Fertilization is usually external, and fertilization is internal in chondrichthyes. It is external, and it is mostly oviparous and viviparous in chondrichthyes, and development is direct, right? Development is direct in osteochithides. So marine exochetus, flying fish, hippocampus, seahorses, freshwater labio, that is freshwater labio rohu, katla, clarius, magur, that is aquarium in which beta, that is fighting fish, petrophyllum, that is angelfish. Now the another class is amphibia. Class amphibia, as the name indicates, amphi, dual life. They can live aquatic as well as terrestrial. Most of them have 2 pairs of limbs. Body is divisible into head and trunk, as you can see in the frog, head and trunk. Then tail may be present in some. The amphibian skin is moist without scales, so they have the eyelids, tympanum represents here, alimentary canal, urinary and reproductive tract. Alimentary canal for food, urinary for urine, and reproductive tracts for sex. So all these tracts open into a common chamber called cloaca, which opens to the exterior. Respiration is by gills, lungs, and through the skin. Gills, lungs, and through the skin, as in case of frogs. The heart is 3 chambered, there are 2 auricles, 1 ventricle. These are cold-blooded and sexes separate. Fertilization external. In frogs, fertilization it is external. They are oviparous and development is indirect. So bufo, toad, rana frog, hyla, tree frog, salamander, and the istiophis, limbless amphibians. So all this is frog. First one is the salamander. Now next, going to the reptilia. The class reptilia refers to the creeping or crawling mode of locomotion. So they are mostly terrestrial animals, and their body is covered by a dry and cornified skin, right? Epidermal scales or scutes. This line is very important. Reptiles covered by dry and cornified skin, epidermal scales or scutes. They do not have external openings. So tympanum present. Limbs when present as are 2 pairs. Heart 3 chambered. Now four chambered in crocodile, that's the exception. Then reptilians, they are poiculotherms. Snakes and lizards shed their skins as skin cards. Lizards too. And sexes separate. Fertilization is internal, oviparous, and development is direct. Now examples: chelone, turtle, testudo tortoise, chameleon, tree lizard, calots, garden lizard, crocodile, alligator, hemidactylus, spot lizard, poisonous snakes, in which naja, cobra, bangerus, crepe, and vipera viper. So now the another second last class is the aves. So characteristic features of aves is the presence of feathers, and most of them can fly except the flightless birds. So these are the characteristics that having the feathers and they can fly. They possess beak, right? Four limbs fronted modified into wings. The hind limbs, they have the scales and are modified for walking, swimming, and clasping the tree branches. Skin is dry without glands except the oil glands at the base of the tail. Skin is dry without glands except at the oil glands at the base of the tail. So birds have the dry body, right? Endoskeleton is fully ossified. Endoskeleton is fully ossified, bony, and the long bones are hollow with air cavities that is pneumatic. The digestive tract of birds has additional chambers. The crop and gizzard and heart is four-chambered. The warm-blooded homeothermous animals, they are able to maintain a constant body temperature. Respiration is by lungs. Air sacs connected to lungs supplement respiration. Air sacs present, lungs are present. Sexes separate. Fertilization internal. They are oviparous and development is direct. Now examples are corvus, that is crow, columba, pigeon, cicacula, parrot, sutio, ostrich, pavo, peacock, aptenodytes, that is penguin, neophron, that is vulture. I repeat it again. Examples of aves are corvus, that is crow, columba, pigeon, cicacula, parrot, sutio, ostrich, pavo, peacock, aptenodytes, penguin, neophron, that is vulture. And last class is the mammalia. They are found in variety of habitats, polarized in all kinds of variety of habitats. Some of them have adapted to fly or live in water. Okay, most unique mammalian characteristic is the presence of the most unique mammalian characteristic is the presence of milk producing glands, that is mammary glands, by which the young ones are nourished, right? And in case of birds, the most unique feature is the presence of feathers and more that they can fly. Okay, now these are mammary glands, the main features in the mammals, and again is the presence. Okay, so they have two pairs of limbs adapted for the activities. The skin of mammalia is unique. Also, the skin of mammals is unique in possessing the hair. External ears or pinna are present. Okay, different types of teeth that are present in the jaw. These are heterodont. A heart is four-chambered. They are homeotherms, lungs, and then sexes separate, and fertilization internal, oviparous, with few exceptions, and development is direct. Now the examples are oviparous, that is Ornithorhynchus platypus, viviparous, in which macropus, that is kangaroo, petromyzon, flying fox, camel, macaca monkey, that is macaca monkey, ratus rat, canis dog, felis cat, elephant, then panthera tigris, panthera equus horse, delphinus common dolphin, Balanoptera blue whale, then panthera tigris tiger, panthera leo lion. So all this is done. And the last thing is like the silent features of different phyla in the animal kingdom. Now these are phylum, porifera, to up to the last. Level of organization, symmetry, coelom, segmentation, and digestive tract, digestive system, then circulatory system, then respiratory system, and then distinctive features. So porifera, body with pores and canals in the walls. Okay, sedentarata, that is nidaria, that nidoblast present. Stenophora, comb plates for locomotion. Platyhelminths, flat body suckers. Then Exhelminths, often worm shaped, elongated. Then Annelida, body segmentation like rings. Annelida. Arthropoda, exoskeleton of cuticle jointed appendages. Molluscus, external skeleton of shell usually present. External scale, that is calcareous shell, is usually present, right? Echinodermata, water vascular system, and a radial system in in adult, and radial system, bilateral system in larval. Then hemichordata worm like with proboscis, collar and trunk, and chordata notochord, dorsal hollow nerve cord, gill slits with limbs or fins. Chordata, gill slits with limbs or fins. Now coming to the point, that is segmentation. First appear in the Annelida, then Arthropoda. Annelida first, then Arthropoda, and then Chordata, right? So first Annelida, then Arthropoda, and then Chordata. Now digestive system. Porifera absent, Coelenterata, Nidophora, and Platyhelminthes. Digestive system is incomplete. That is, they uh, they do not have two openings. They have the common openings. Both work as a anus and mouth. So incomplete, and incomplete till the platyhelminthes. Now from aschelminthes it is complete. A well developed alimentary canal with a pharyngeal with a muscular pharynx, right? So arthropoda, it is complete, and aschelminthes it is complete digestive system, right? Annelida, it is complete. Now from everything it is complete. So digestive system, that's one. Now circulatory system. Now how's the circulatory system? Okay, annelida firstly present in the annelida, so circulatory system. And the respiratory system present in the arthropoda. Okay, respiratory system present in the arthropoda. So this is it. So this is how it was. Okay.